What's up? You know, going to this meeting, got a message, and it was some information that I didn't like. And it kind of like, I sat in the meeting and just listened to everybody share, which is exactly what I needed to do. I didn't need to share anything. I needed to hear what people were talking about. I heard exactly what I needed to hear. And then, like, at the end, I heard it, like, it was like a cherry on, it was a cherry on top of what I heard. And got me to thinking about today's Just for Today, the what if. And what it made me realize is that, like, I'm really quick to, like, take things personally. I'm also really quick to assume things. And what I'll do is I will take information that I get and I will make a story in my head. And it'll be like, here's what it is. I have no idea, you know, what I'm hearing or what I'm reading or any of that. You know, what I did is I just blocked and deleted. And at first I was like, okay, is that what it is, huh? And then I thought to myself, as I listened to everybody's shares, that I got 8 months clean, that my kids have food. I'm doing really well at my job. I don't need to go into detail about how my month ended, other than I walked in and I had more cars than I thought. And then today, it was just me and one other salesperson that made it happen. All these good things, man. All these good things. It's wild how I can get some information that I might not like, assume that it might be whatever, and then it can, like, derail me for a minute. But that's life, right? We hear something that we don't like and we're off to the races. I don't know about you, but I am. And the reality of it is, like, I wrote in my phone and I wrote, like, how I'm going to process it. And I'm glad I did that. I did that while they were doing the readings. I'm really proud of myself for processing it the way I did. No resentments, no negativity, none of that, even though I was feeling it. But, like, if I'm writing or if I'm talking, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. If I'm going to write some negative shit about a situation, that I might as well be saying it out loud. And I don't want to live like that. That's not who I'm not doing this so I could be that way. And so I'm actually grateful that I got the information I got, however I got it, because it gave me the ability to work through it the way I did. Take a little inventory. How am I feeling? Why am I feeling? What am I feeling? Like the who, what, when, where, and why. And when I look at the who, I don't fucking know this person. I might think I know who this person is, but I don't know for sure. And really, then I started thinking about, well, how would you apply this with the 4 agreements? Be impeccable with my word to myself and to others. Well, I'm doing that because I'm acknowledging how I'm feeling. Don't assume anything. Well, I'm not doing that. I'm totally assuming, unless I'm hearing it from the horse's mouth. And then the next principle or the next agreement, don't take anything personally. Yeah, I'm taking it personally. That's not who I want to be. And then also, always do your best. Well, I'm doing that. So I'm working the first and the last agreement, but the 2 middle ones are fucking with me. And the reality of it is that I'm not going to work all 4 of them perfectly, but I'm working 2 of them pretty good. And now I'm just going to sit here and listen to what people have to share so I can work on those 2 middle ones. And it really helped. I heard the best thing. It's all going to work out. Just don't get loaded. And it'll all work out. And that's the truth of the matter. Like, as long as I'm not getting loaded, everything's going to work out. And it's not always going to work out the way I want it to work out. It's going to work out. You know, all the things I talked about this morning about, like, you know, everything working out and everything, and then all of a sudden the day goes by and it's really good, and then all of a sudden I get a message from a stranger. I don't even know who they are, and they say a couple things, and all of a sudden it affected me. And so I did the right thing. Block and delete. No, don't say anything negative. Block and delete. Say awesome and block and delete. You know, I'm not going to engage in that kind of talk. It's a boundary for me right now. I don't need to be talking like that to anybody, and I don't want to hear that from anybody. And I get to choose if I want to continue. Yeah, I blocked a bunch of things today. Like, these are just things that are like giving me some unmanageability. They might not be making my life completely unmanageable. They're giving me some unmanageability. There's so many good things that have happened today, and the last thing I'm going to do is let some information from somebody I don't even know who is tear that down. And it was working. Now, and I'll put this on the internet, and you know, I'm not going to give somebody the cheat code to affect me on how I'm going to be. So my thoughts, my beliefs, and then my actions get all fucked up. I've already done that. You know, I've already told somebody they were the cheat code. They were. Now, I like how I said were as past tense. They're not. Nobody gets to fucking do that to me. Nobody gets to control the driver's seat in my head, unless I let them. I've done that my whole life. I've let other people, places, and things control that, and I get to choose who's in the driver's seat. And most of the time, it needs to be my higher power. It needs to be all the time, really. But there are times that I'm driving, and you know, those are the times that, you know, my higher power at least needs to be right there with me, where I can say, hey, should I go here? And as long as I listen, then it's okay. As long as I listen, it's okay. So yeah, today has been a great day. A really good day. It's been a great day. Just that little end piece almost derailed me, and the right place to be was in that meeting. I was in the right place, thankfully, which was that meeting. And so I am truly grateful that I went there. You know, I talked to my sponsor earlier today. So, like, all these things, you know, good workout in the morning, good day at work, successful day at work. You know, I got to see, you know, my voucher, which was, you know, great. You know, I was really excited to see it. There's going to be, like, every day, there's going to be some good and some bad stuff, information, whatever it may be, that happens throughout the day. And what I decide to make the centerpiece of my day, or the centerpiece of, like, this is how I end my day, like, everything was so good, but this is the little thing that's going to identify my day. No way. No way. That's just some bad stuff, some bad information I got that, you know, I didn't want to hear. I assumed it was somebody telling me something that, you know, it did affect me. I'm not going to share what it is. I don't have to share everything on my journal, but, you know, I really was like, oh, okay, so you're telling me this. But see, I don't even know. And it doesn't even matter, really. I mean, it matters, but it doesn't have to, right? All that has to matter is that I can look at the gratitudes of today and how good today went, and just be grateful that I'm clean, be grateful that tomorrow will be 29 more days to 9 months, and that I still have another day at work. Like, I came into work like, man, I need 2 deals. I'm leaving like, how many more deals past 20 can I get? You know, is it possible? Could I do 3? I need 3 tomorrow. That'd put me at 25. Could I do that? It's possible. I could have a 3-car day. I've done 4. I've done 6. So it's possible. Does it have to happen? No. Everything from right now, tomorrow's a cakewalk. Am I going to work like it's a cakewalk? No. I need to grind tomorrow. I need to grind tomorrow. There's a chance. That would be nice. But it's not, it doesn't have to be. I can take gratitude in where I'm at right now. And so I'm really, really lucky. I'm lucky. Because I almost went off the deep end, and then what? You know, be a zombie at home? Swipe and try to find the answer in my algorithm? That's not the answer. The answer is in my step work. My sponsor said, hey man, get back on your steps. You know, he said a lot more than that. But I'm going to park my car, go in my trunk and grab it, because it's in my trunk. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to answer 2 questions tonight, so I can say I'm back on it. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to answer 2 questions tonight. Maybe like, I am back on it. And that way I don't have to really fucking let that situation make me isolate in my head. Oh look, she parked courteously. Nice. I get my spot. Look, see? Another good thing. And yeah, I will go to the gym tonight. Well, we'll see. I'm probably going to. But I'm enjoying that routine that I've built, because I'm not going to go tomorrow. It was good to connect with my sponsor. It was good to hear, you know, some of the things that I didn't think was going on with me. And my sponsor can help me with awareness and say, hey man, I'm noticing this, so I think you need to do this. I like that I have somebody who can be there for me and listen to everything I'm saying, and then say, this is what's going on. And I still try to defend it. And then you say, hey man, you can take the information however you want. That wasn't even the bad information. But he's right. You know, you can make all these meetings, but you need to work your steps. And so I've committed to not going to one of these meetings, so I can dedicate the amount of time that I would dedicate into a meeting, into my step work, starting next week. And I'm going to start tonight by answering 2 questions. And then I'm going to share in my video tomorrow that I did those 2 questions. So I followed through with that commitment. This is about commitment to myself. This is about commitment to my program. And if I'm going to sit here and say I'm working my program, but I'm not working the steps, then I'm not working my program, because the answer is in the steps. I'm in a 12-step recovery program, which means I work the 12 steps of Narcotics Anonymous. And if I'm going to sit here and just make all these meetings, talk to my sponsor and share, but I'm not working steps, I'm doing everything but. And I don't want to say I'm doing everything but. I want to say I'm doing everything on top of all the other stuff I'm doing, because my life is that important. And I know that, like, I've been afraid to work this step, which I didn't share with him. I think I've been tap dancing it because of what happened recently. And it's not that I have consciously said, oh no, I'm not going to do it but subconsciously it's like I haven't been ready. The reality of it is I haven't been ready. I didn't want to make my work in this step about one situation that happened recently. But I don't have to. I can look at everything as a whole, and where I'm at right now, I think I'm ready. So maybe I wasn't ready, but I am right now. And so that's what I'm going to do. So I just needed to check in with myself. Make this a real journal entry. Yeah, I'm proud of you, Rodney. You're doing a good job. Just keep doing what you're doing. It's okay, man. This is the most important part of your process. The reflection. This is you're 8 months in. This is where you're at in 8 months. You got all these things. You'll remember this. You'll go back and watch this one day. This will be the video that you watch where you're like, man, I remember how I was feeling right there. I remember exactly how I was feeling and how I worked through that. And it'll be nostalgic for me because I'll be able to look back and be like, man, yeah, it'll bring me back right back to here. I'm talking to my future self. Just keep fucking doing it, man. As long as you stay clean, you're going to be okay, Rodney. As long as you work these steps, as long as you keep doing all this stuff, everything's going to work out. Don't doubt yourself. It's okay to feel feelings. Just don't take ownership of the negative ones and know that you are human. And you get to choose how long you live in misery or sadness or any of that. At first you don't get to, but now you do. And you're choosing to live. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go bust that shit open, and I'm going to dedicate enough time to answer 2 questions. And I bet you those 2 questions that you're going to answer right now were meant to be answered at this exact moment where you're at in your head. If you'd have answered them any earlier or any later, it would have been different. But these 2 answers, and who knows? Who knows? So I love you, Rodney. Keep doing your best here, because that's what you're doing. You're doing your best. And it's good enough, and you're good enough. See you tomorrow.